Drake Baldwin is running with this job right now. He has started 2 straight and 4 of the last 6 overall. Sean Murphy has fallen into a spot where he seems to be the backup catcher, but we've almost seen a platoon because Baldwin has started 4 of the last 6. The 2 he sat have been against lefties, with Murphy playing against those lefties. Baldwin has legitimate power, hits the ball hard, barrels everything. He does this while limiting swing and miss, so it's one of those perfect combos, and he is a bat first catching prospect, but he is holding his own defensively. Will Benson's on an absolute tear right now. The issue has always been and always will be those strikeouts. When he makes contact, the ball goes a very far way. However, that contact is a big if. Now, the strikeouts are in line with what we saw 2 years ago when Benson sort of broke out. The tools are legitimate. He will hit for power. He will run, but the playing time is going to be in question, especially with Jake Fraley set to come back next week. So keep that in mind with Benson. But as long as he's hitting, he'll force his way into this lineup because this team needs the offense. Chase Meadroth was kind of a late spring standout because they were talking about him breaking camp. Unfortunately, he struggled. Then he ended up coming up rather early into the year, had a little minor setback, but we've seen him leading off and hitting very well, playing every single day. Meadroth is their leadoff man. The on-base skills are legitimate. It's something that's kind of been part of his skill set going back to the minors as well. You know, a little bit of power, a little bit of speed, playing every day and leading off. There's a lot to like here, but Meadroth is more of the high floor type of producer. But then you have Dalton Varsho, who's the complete opposite in terms of the floor being the basement. However, the ceiling is through the roof. Varsho is crushing absolutely everything. 50% hard hit since coming back from the IL, 23.5% barrel rate. The fun fact here about Varsho is that 75% of his hits since returning from the IL have been extra base hits. But there is some concern here because he has an extreme fly ball approach, so that BABIP, although it's awful, is somewhat earned. There's also way too much swing and miss in this game right now. He has a career worst swing and strike rate, and the contact rates are just the worst they've been since he's been a rookie. So it's almost like he's full on selling out for power. Zebby Matthews has been absolutely electric, but the one issue is that Matthews struggles going deep in the games. Even in the minors, he struggled to even get to 5, let alone go beyond 5 innings. We'll see how much leash he really gets. Rocco Baldelli really doesn't allow for starters to go deep in the games a lot of times. The strikeout stuff, though, been consistent. Velo's been up, and the strikeouts are pretty legitimate. I would buy into that wholeheartedly. Some playing time notes. Parker Meadows, injury update. He's going to be back sooner than later. Finally, the bicep is healing, and he should be starting rehab games soon. CES, he's also expected to play games soon, but it's been very quiet on that injury front. David Festa, he's a guy to keep an eye on if Zebby fails, but he's dealing with a dead arm phase. Festa changed his pitch mix. He's gone deeper into games of late. So once he gets to his dead arm phase, assuming that that's all it is, we should see Festa be a factor into the rotation. Otto Lopez is back in the lineup. He's moved up to as high as 3rd in the lineup. We'll see if that sticks. He has his moments. And then you have David Hamilton. He started 2 straight. On the last episode, we talked about Campbell struggling with the injury. So if Christian Campbell continues to struggle, or is he actually injured and playing through it, he could be getting a few days off. Hamilton could get some more playing time in the short term. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hit the subscribe button on your way out. Appreciate it.